Hi guys, it's Daphne here, and today, because I'm still a pretty new booktuber, I am going to be doing the BookTube Newbie Tag. And as you can see, we're in a new location. This is my living room. And we are here because it is such a gross gray day out right now, and the lighting in my room was being really funky. So I moved to a place that had less shadowing, and it's still pretty bad, but it's better than where it was in my room. Let's start this. So the first question is why I started this channel. So the first reason why I started this channel is because I love books, and I've been reading for a really long time, and I'll get to that later. But books have always been there for me, and one of my favorite things to do is discuss books. And I don't have a lot of people that I can discuss books with, and when I find somebody who likes to discuss books as much as I do and can get really in-depth on who their favorite character is, or even just like how much they like the book, I get really excited because I don't meet a lot of people who can discuss books like that. And so I didn't even know that BookTube existed until like, I don't know, a little bit ago. And when I found it, I was like, oh my goodness, everybody here loves books just as much as I do, possibly even more. So I'm really excited to join the BookTube community and discuss some books. Question number 2 is what I can bring to BookTube. Everybody reads different books. Like, I have the books that I read and other people might overlap slightly. Like, have you ever done that compare thing on Goodreads, you know, where you can compare like the percentage similarity between your book collection that you've read and somebody else's books that they've read, and they kind of overlap and they kind of don't, and I mean we all have like different amounts of books on there, but that's how I feel everybody's knowledge on books is. Like, they overlap sometimes, but we all have our favorite books, and while some of them might be the same, some of them might not, and we can all share how we view those books, the ones that people have read and the ones that people haven't read. And I feel like I can bring my unique perspective on the books that I love to BookTube. Question number 3 is what I'm most excited about, and I am most excited about joining the BookTube community of readers and reviewers and everything because I want to discuss books, and I already mentioned that, but I can't emphasize it enough. I really want to discuss books with all of you guys, and that's about it for that one. Question number 4, why I read. This is one that's kind of hard, and I might be getting a little bit dramatic, but I read because even though my life can get a little bit boring or stressful or sad or just like all around I kind of want to be done with it for a little bit, I can go and I can read a book and I can find a new story, and I can kind of just move away from my life just a little bit and read. And books can always be there, you know, like they're always sitting on your shelf, or they're always in the library or the bookstore or whatever, or even just stored away in your mind, and you can always just go back and be in that setting, and I think that's really important. Question number 5, which books got me into reading? Honestly, the first like really chapter-ish sort of books that I can remember reading that was like, oh my goodness, I love this, was Junie B. Jones by Barbara Park. And I don't know, they were funny. They were like 60 pages long and I was little. But YA, probably Harry Potter, and I mean, I guess that one doesn't count exactly as YA, but I feel that Harry Potter can be read by all ages. So Harry Potter, I started reading those in 4th grade, and then after that, in 5th grade, actually, I had a friend who had an older brother who read a lot of YA fantasy, and she used to go and steal his books off his shelf and lend them to me. So that's when I really started reading YA, and that was like the Pendragon series by Gigi McHale and the Ranger's Apprentice series by John Flanagan and stuff like that, which I guess isn't exactly what I read now, but it was a start. Question 6. What questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? So I haven't watched tons and tons of booktubers yet, and I know that's pretty bad, and I'm gonna start watching more because I want new books to read, and I want to get involved in the book discussions, but I would probably ask them their favorite books of all time, their favorite authors of all time, and even just like which authors they've met, because I've only ever met a few authors, and they were really some of the best experiences ever, because I was like, oh my goodness, You're like my role model in life all the time because you've written these amazing books. And oddly enough, I think I would also ask them which books make them cry the most, because I think that books that can make people cry are sometimes the best books out there, and that's sort of how I judge books a little bit, because if they've made me cry, they've really struck home for me. And the last question, question number 7, what's going to be the most difficult part of this channel? I'm not a very confident person when I'm talking to other people and when I'm talking to a camera, because, I mean, other people are going to watch this, hopefully. So I'm probably going to struggle with that a little bit. I'm getting better at making eye contact with the camera. Like, my first video, I was like, but now I'm like actually looking at the camera, and that's good. So that's probably going to be the hardest thing for me. So that's it, and I hope you learned a little bit more about me and this channel. So bye!